Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. It is another miserable wet day. We've already had rain today and you know, this is the middle of summer and I'm having to wear cardigans in my house. It's only 14 degrees. I just looked on my phone to check the temperature and that's all we've had the last few days. Something I read on the internet about, it's something to do with the jet stream. The jet stream is stuck in a certain position at the moment, and that's what is giving the continent all the hot weather, the really hotter than normal weather they are having, and we are behind it and getting all the crap that's left over. The rain and the wind and the cooler temperatures. And I can't believe that I'm sitting here with a cardigan on in the middle of July. I never have cardigans on in this time, most of the time in the summer. I wish the jet stream would hurry up and move, but what I was reading is that it's not going to be moving in the next few weeks. It will be the end of summer before it does, and then we'll be stuck with the cold winter weather anyway. But anyway, I am busy knitting this is a little hat. I've finished the little cardigan. This is a little cardigan. This is for the lady whose orders I lost. She gave them to me in April. It's usually on Facebook. The lady's name's Carol. It's usually on Facebook, you know, and she lets me know when she's coming up to her daughter's. My daughter lives in Whitley Bay now. She used to live next door to me about just over 2 years ago. So she puts a message, when I put a picture up on Facebook, if she wants something knitted, she'll say, oh, can I have that, you know, and I'll be up in such and such a time. But our daughter usually pays me for them when I've done them anyway, you know, the other ones, until our mother comes up. So I didn't write those orders in my book. I forgot to write them in my book, because I write any orders I get, I write in my book, and I do them in the order I get them. Well, this was in April when I got this, and I just didn't write it in my book. I forgot to write it in my book, and I just forgot all about it until she mentioned it a couple of weeks ago in a comment on Facebook, or she might have been on Messenger, and asking if I had got the cardigans, had the little sets ready for her coming up and when the kids are on holiday from school. So I've had to rush the two, and I finished the other one. This is the second one, and it's completely finished, that one. You can see the back and that. Now I'm doing a tutorial, a PDF for this. So I've got, this is an 18 inch. I've done the 16 inch and the 18 inch in the PDF. But I think when I do the sleeves, because it's a rib, it's a type of rib, you know, it does stretch. But the sleeves with the type of rib always look narrow. So I think when I do the sleeves, instead of decreasing all the way up, I think I'll add some of the stitches for the width of the sleeve after I've done the cuff, and then do like a longer space in between the stitches that's left for the thing, because I don't like the way they do stretch, you know, there's plenty stretch in them for the size. It's because of the rib, it pulls them in and makes them look narrow, but I don't like what they look like. So I'm going to be altering what I have done anyway on the pattern for the PDF, because I've got it all written down what I've done. So that's that one anyway. Just got to finish the hat. It'll not take me long. I'm halfway through it anyway. And I'll just finish this row, and I'm going to have a drink of water as well. I'll keep a bottle of water here. You know, those little bottles you get with water in. My granddaughter gave them to me. She was at one of those things the other week where, you know, people were running in that and they were giving bottles of water, and she got a few bottles of water given because they still had some left over. So she gave some to me, and I'm saying, well, I'll just drink the water out of the tap. Which you see here, some bottles for you, Nana. So I just fill them up after I've drunk the water and put them in the fridge. keeps them nice and cool, and it's just the right size. So I keep a bottle, even though I have my cups of tea and all and that, and during the day I keep a couple of bottles of them during the day, because you need to drink a lot of water as well as tea and coffee and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm just going to finish this row that I'm doing here, and I'll show you what I've been crocheting. I do like to do a little bit of crochet now and again, but I don't get much time with doing orders. So I've been doing a little bit of crochet in the morning after I've, had my breakfast and tidied up and all that. So maybe it's from about 10 till about lunchtime till about 12. I've been doing a little bit of crochet. I'm going to make a few little bags, with the little zips on. So I'll put that down, show you what I've done up to now. This was one I started it's just talking about dull and miserable. The sun has just come out and my computer's picked, the autofocus has picked it up. I might go back down again. I'll try not to move too much. If I don't move about too much, it doesn't affect it so much. But that's what I've done. I've put a couple of stripes of the lavender and a couple of the green. So when it's folded, there'll be one green on one side and two of the lavender. So that's one I've got. That's waiting to get the lining sorted for it and the zip. And I've started on another one, doing a different pattern. It's all one colour. My hairs are all over the place off my hair. I've just dropped them on the floor. They're going to be wrapped around my vacuum next time I vacuum. Which I don't vacuum every day because I don't have to. There's only me in this house. And I don't make a mess. It's the wool that makes a mess, not me. The dust and the fluff off the wool. So I've done another one. I've done just doing a pattern all over, and instead of putting stripes in, it's just a simple little pattern. It's just, I started it off, I've got the same number of stitches on as what I've done for this one, which is I make a chain of 36 and one's for turning, so I'm working on 35 stitches, but this one has come out a lot narrower than this one, as you can see. If I get it on properly. So as you can see, it hasn't come out quite as wide, so instead of, it's not wide enough for the zip. It's only just, I would probably have to stretch it to fit a zip on this one. So what I'm going to do, instead of folding it that way, which I have been doing, I'm going to do it that way. In fact, this might be a better idea because sometimes these just don't come out the width you start off. I actually measured it. It measured 9 inches when I started, but it now measures 8 inches. That's the trouble with crochet. As you work up, it comes in. But it's even both sides. It's not like 9 inches at the bottom and 8 inches at the top. It's the whole thing's come into 8 inches. And I do need 9 inches for the whole zip to fit across. So I thought that's better, because if I do it that way, it means I'm crocheting round this way. I can crochet as long as I want it to be. That might be a little bit better, and it's making the pattern look like stripes down. It's just, I started the first row off with, after I made the chain, I just made the first row as ordinary double crochet in the UK, but it's single crochet if you're in the United States or Canada and some other countries. Why everywhere can't just have the same the same term for stitches, I don't know. But anyway, I did one row of double crochet, and then every row after that I have done, I missed from the chain, I missed the first stitch and went into the second stitch and done 2 double crochets into that stitch, and then missed the next stitch and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So it's every other stitch I'm doing 2 double crochets in. That's how the pattern is coming out. And it looks quite nice actually. I've never done anything like that before, but it does look nice. But it does have tiny little holes, you know, so maybe's going to get some material, just plain coloured material for any I do like these. But I'll just use what I've got at the moment, because you're going to see the colour of the material through the little holes, where it's not so noticeable on these type, because these are all just double crochet all the way across on these ones. So that's what I'm doing with these ones anyway. And I figure when I've finished, done the length I want to make it that way, I'll probably be able to crochet better down the sides than I could before, because when you're crocheting down these sides where you've where you've been turning, you get like loopy bits and that, and it doesn't look as neat. But if I have to do it where I've cast stitches on, made chain, and where it'll be like a chain where you finish as well, it's going to be a neater edge down there. So I think that way is going to be much better. But like that bag will be, where's my tape measure? Oh, it's there. This one will be 4 inches deep. So maybe when I do some more, maybe add a few more stitches to make it, maybe it's up to 5 inches. I think this one's going to be about 4.5. This one. Yes, this one measures 4.5. This one's 4.5 inches deep. So it's slightly deeper than what that one is. But that one, after I've done that, I can maybe crochet across the top and put a little edge across the top, and that make it a little bit taller. But I quite like doing crochet, I really enjoy it. But I don't get much time to do it, that's the trouble, because I'm always knitting. But I never say die. I have been having a go with with these again, having another try, because I don't like to give up on anything, but because of the length of they're not actually quite long enough. If they were a bit longer and they rested on my elbow like that, I would be able to do the crochet with the same hand that I normally crochet with, that I hold the yarn in. But I have tried doing it with, holding the yarn in this hand and doing it, but my tension's just all over the place with it, trying to do that. And with these ones a little bit short, when I'm trying to do it, they keep dropping down or they keep hitting against the side here. But I will not give up, I'll keep trying, because there are some nice stitches that you can do in Tunisian crochet. In fact, some of the stitches actually look like knitting that you can do, that's why I like the look of it. I can do it without any trouble at all on my small, where's my small crochet? I can do it no trouble at all on these small ones, but they're not long enough for anything. And maybe have to have a look for some with the cables on. Like I'm saying, I have some wooden ones with the cable on, but I just don't like them because the wool just does not slide up and down. Somebody has said putting some wax on them. I have to try them, but one or two of them I have noticed they must be pretty cheap, because they're not spelts, but they're little rough bits on the wood where they haven't been polished very well, I think. So anyway, It depends whether I can get away with doing the crochet, because I'm not going to spend any more money and buy something if I can't really get away with it. Where is that? But I noticed something like saying these ones are American sizes, because there's no 3.25, there's no 3.75, there's no 2.25 or 2.75, and there's no 5.5, there's no 6, and there's no half sizes in between. But for some reason, I don't know why, I've got two 4mm ones. They sent two 4mm. There must be one size missing. They made a mistake and put two 4mm in instead of whatever size is missing. There's the 4.5mm is here. I'll see what sizes. I can't remember what sizes I've got. The smallest one's 2.5. So there should be a 2.25 and a 2.75, but it goes 2.5 to 3. And it's hooked on my cardigan here. I've got the hooks on there. Now what's that one there I missed? Oh no, there's a 2. I've missed, there's a 2mm one. These are very thin, these ones. So that's a 2mm, 2.5, and then it goes to 3mm. So there's no 3.25 or 3.75 because it goes to 3.5 after the 3mm. And then it goes to 4mm. Could use them like knitting needles. I've got two 4mm ones. But these are from Timu, so you've just got to take what you get with them. There's a 4.5mm, which is how our sizes go after that. There's nothing in between 4 and 4.5. And then there's a 5mm. And this one's got it on, but it hasn't got it written on that you can see, like the other ones have got the, you know, the sizes where you can see them in a different colour. This has just got it printed on. So it goes from 5 to 6mm, so there's no 5.5. And it goes to a 7mm, so there's no 6.5. No 7.5, and it goes to an 8mm, and that's what I have in these ones. But I'm not really bothered about the sizes. I'm just practicing on them, which I tried to do a little bit this morning, trying to use my other hand to hold the wool in the other hand. I managed to hold it okay, but my tension, some of the stitches were really, I must have been pulling it too tight, and some of them were very small and some were large, and so I don't think I'd ever be able to do it that way. I've always tried crocheting ordinary with the small hooks like that, but I can't do it. I've tried with this because what I've noticed when you are crocheting, when you hold your wool in this hand and you're using this, they seem to be able to crochet a lot faster than I can, but I just can't do it. I'm just sticking with my own way and not sitting all about it. I'll put this back in the bag and get on with knitting that little hat, because I'm sure Carol will be coming up soon and will be messaging me for it. That one and the other little blue set I did is for her. So that's my video for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.